to talk with us about Sue Bird's jersey retirement ceremony. It is ESPN's Kevin Pelton joining us on the Emerald Queen Casino Sportsbook Hotline. Also an alum of Chinook Middle School and Tyee High School. Shout out SeaTac Washington. What's up, Kevin?
Nothing much. Chinook, yes. I went to Mount Rainier. I do have to correct that part.
Matt, if you could please hang up on our guest, that would be... I'm heartbroken. I've never been more disappointed in my life. But that's okay. I mean, Chinook Middle School, that still works. That's still fine.
It's enough of a tie. Yeah.
Hey, Kevin, I was not able to attend Sue Bird's jersey retirement ceremony. I did not know it was going to be 3 hours, but reading your column for ESPN, it doesn't sound like it was 3 hours or that it felt long. Like it you know what I mean? Like I got the impression that there was plenty to take away from it. What was your experience seeing it?
Yeah, absolutely. I mean, none of us knew it was going to be that long. The schedule called for, I think, about 45 minutes to an hour. And, the individual speeches from everyone leading up to Sue to be about, I think, 3 to 5 minutes. Instead, it was well over an hour by the time that she started talking and went for an hour and a half. But, it's kind of understandable because it's 21 years. You almost never see this in pro sports, to see someone spend such a long period of time in one city with one organization. So there were a lot of people for Sue to thank and a lot of incredible stories and, references that I think everyone appreciated. Sue kind of proved her Seattle bona fides over that. She made fun of people using umbrellas. So it really, her part of it for sure did not drag at all.
People know Sue Bird for obviously WNBA and then her UConn career. What was she like coming out of high school? Was she a high recruit, high profile? Enlighten us.
It's interesting because this is something she brought up yesterday, not in her speech, but when she was talking to the media afterwards about, how she wasn't at the top of her recruiting class. I actually went and looked at this last year because she talked about it after she announced her retirement. I think she's underselling herself a little bit. I mean, UConn was still, the preeminent basketball destination for players back in the day. So for her to be recruited there was a big deal, especially as part of this recruiting class that included Swin Cash, who later played with her for the Storm and was one of the speakers yesterday, and two other first-round picks in the WNBA that were also both in the building. So she was a big-time prospect, but you didn't necessarily know that she was going to go on to be the greatest point guard of all time, that's for sure.
Was there anything new that you learned? I mean, I feel like you'd have to know so much about her career, having watched it, obviously covering the NBA as well. Is there any story moment that you walked away thinking about because it felt new?
Yeah, there were a couple of things. So I've basically covered Sue's entire career. I started working for the Storm's website during her second season and, then have been at ESPN for the last decade covering it. There was one was about her coach in 2004 for the championship team, the late Ann Donovan, who was 6'8", a legendary player before becoming a coach. And Sue shared that she used to block their shots in practice and talk trash to them, which was very amusing. And then the other thing was Jenny Busek, who was somebody I talked to at length last year for the story I did kind of wrapping up Sue's career when she retired, who was the head coach and an assistant coach here for a couple of stints, shared that before Sue's last game last year in the WNBA semifinals against the Las Vegas Aces, they were on the phone for 3 hours the night before that game talking about Las Vegas's defensive coverages and how Sue could attack them and all of those things. And the idea that, even at age 41, having played for more than 2 decades in the WNBA, Sue was still trying to learn and master her craft right up until the very last possible moment. I feel like that says a lot about her.
Yeah, it does. 41 still getting better. At 41, I'd be like, this is me. All right, just let me run my offense. When I listen to Sue Bird, I had the opportunity to meet Sue Bird, and she has just that superstar glow and feel about her. And, I wasn't there for the speech that she made. Did she mention any interest in trying to get into a front office and just continue to be part of the game?
Not specifically in the speech. She was again asked about that afterwards by media about ownership or plans, and reiterated that she's still kind of trying to figure out what she wants her life to look like, and what is going to be a part of that going forward. So she is involved in an ownership role with the Gotham City FC in the NWSL. It's kind of funny. She owns a team that competes against her fiance Megan Rapinoe and OL Reign. But I think at some point I wouldn't be surprised to see her be part of the Storms ownership group and maybe have some kind of management role. But I think people kind of expect head coach, general manager, and that doesn't necessarily seem to be what she wants in terms of kind of that time commitment, that much travel.